So, hi everybody, a very good evening. It's 6 p.m. by the watch. I'm Justine Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design, with the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions, where we have lamps, mirrors, consoles, we have furniture, we have bunker beds, we have center tables, we have side tables, and we have smaller items as well, which is for accessorizing and decorating your homes and offices, or probably any space like a villa, a hotel, a banquet, a studio. So anything and everything which you find in a home or any place of glamorizing or making the space beautiful is available with us. And in the smaller items are stuff like marble coasters, trays, cutlery items, picture frames, vases. Then there are candle holders and stuff, and the list goes on. And of course, from the European and international market, we're inspired, and we have other interesting items as well, which is exclusively available for men. These are these magazine holder bags. These are these pen kits. Then there are dustbins. They are chessboards. Then they are, of course, even women play golf these days. So we have tables which are inspired from golf, from the water theme or the sea or the ship or the ocean. We have tables, we have center tables and stuff, and a lot of other items. And I'm the Brainwave, I'm the founder and CEO and stuff. And my post is about failures. My post is about learning from those failures. So yesterday I was at an event. I'd shared this in the morning as well. So there were a lot of women there from all across the world and the city, and most of them were sharing their stories about how they've bounced back and what they're doing and how they're kind of getting into businesses and stuff and what they've been doing too. This was a totally new exposure or a different circle, because I'd not met many of these ladies there. And as I got to hear the stories as they were introducing themselves to us, for us to know each other better, there's some women who had shared with me personally about restarting their businesses because they had to shut down shops during Corona, or they had some family losses, or they had some personal situations and stuff. So they had to shut down shops, and they had to kind of do it with their business plans and stuff. I'm one of those. I mean, I had these ambitious plans of launching my online store, but then of course, because of health concerns and stuff, I was asked to and recommended and advised to kind of take it easy, because taking too much of workload is not advisable when you have recovery from cervical and some other issues and stuff. But anyways, this is not about my story. What really got me thinking was the failure of other people and stuff. And there was a lady who would shared with me that she's launched an online khadi store, and another lady who's launched a business on Amazon, and it was really interesting, like I said, because it was giving me an insight to other businesses than the cliche ones that we know. And these women have made a humble beginning, and they are kind of trying to get back on their feet and get back to their plans. There were these painters, there were some artists and stuff, and there was also a dancer there. There was a woman who was basically into just NGO work and stuff. So now, as we got together and we got sharing the plans and everything, and understanding why we were there for the event, I could understand that the failures were actually lessons for a lot of people. And I would like you to think about this after you watch my video. Has a failure taught you something? I mean, is it always about success? Is it always about winning? Is it always about competing? Is it always about proving points? Is it always about comparing? Is it always about rejection? Is it always about thinking that you're a loser? The point is this, that what is a comparison to? The point is this, that life is forever changing, and we are changing as people, and it's not important what we were doing a few years back is what we want to do now. And there's no guarantee that what you're doing today in 2024 is what you're going to do maybe couple of years down the line or whatever. There are a lot of lucky people who've stuck to what they've decided and chosen and done, but there are a lot of people who've had career shifts, and they've had challenges, maybe personal, professional, or they've just given up work and they've gone on a sabbatical. Many of them have kind of left jobs and gone to the hills because they want to do something there. Probably they want to pursue maybe farming, or just live and have a humble stay there, trying to explore more of what they couldn't do in a city life and stuff. So I was reading this book, and I've shared this before. This is Professor Bruce Horn, who has a fantastic guide on to finding joy and happiness even in your failures and stuff, you know. So there's a read which is really interesting. And what I strongly feel is that reject negative comparisons. What are you comparing yourself with? Who are you comparing yourself with? Are you comparing yourself with people you've never met? People who are living in different cities, who are in different industries, different stars, different celebrities, different achievers. What are you comparing yourself with? Are you comparing yourself with people in your own family? And the point is, what is a comparison for, you know? So I'm so glad I got reading this, you know, because I'm spending some time at home kind of charging my batteries. I'm a little feverish and stuff, but what the hell. So the guy is sharing as I stumble on the concept of happiness. My social psychologist colleague Dan Gilbert wants to make a point that we all know what is going to make us happy, but do we also focus on what makes us unhappy? You know, so predicting the future, understanding that what is it that is going to make you happy is really very easy, but do you know what makes you unhappy? So if you were to ask students, if you were to ask children, what is it that makes us unhappy, they'll come up with the quirkiest of answers and stuff. And if you were supposed to ask elders, or if you were supposed to ask, let's say, a married woman, or you were going to ask a business person, or you're going to ask, um, let's say a person who is looking after animals, or a person who's basically into sports, what is it that makes him unhappy, you'll have different answers, you know. So this is quite interesting because it goes on to the grade level of being in school. So suppose you get a grade in school which is lower than you expect. Are you going to be unhappy, or are you going to be happy? So in a Indian environment, classic Indian environment, थप्पड़ पड़ेंगे, और you may get beaten up and thrashed by your parents and stuff. And in an ideal world, the parents will say, okay baba, bacha, do better next time and stuff. And in today's world, I don't get it why, but people feel there's a lot of pressure on children. I mean, it's just the generation which has changed. Times have changed, but when we look at and think backwards, we also had similar challenges. We also had education. We also had teachers. We also had goals and stuff. So I don't get this whole logic of pressure and stress on children and stuff. You know, this is talking about the incapabilities of parents, or just these words which are driven into their minds and stuff. There may be more subjects, there may be more competition, there may be more sports and stuff, but then there's a lot of good coaching and a lot of support system that is equally available to people. I'm not a mother, but I know for sure because I meet a lot of women and friends and people who got children, and I feel it's everybody's story and nobody's different, you know. So then he's saying that when we ask students to predict what would make them happy, they say that okay, if you're scoring let's say 80%, if I get 90%, I'm going to be happy. My parents are going to be really very happy. And then you ask the student, if you get low, what happens? The person will say, obviously we're going to be unhappy, and because unhappy, and our parents are going to be unhappy, and this is because we've not been able to match up to the expectations and stuff. So similarly, the fear and the failures in businesses, or something you've chosen to do, you know. Excuse me, I need to get back.